Hello, it's me again. Let's go to writing mapping, and we will open unit 10.5. Unit 10.5 on page 78. Page 78. Let's look at unit 5. A. Definitions and examples. So here we have our definitions. To wait for, at last, as usual, to find out, to look at, to look for. What does these expressions mean? To wait for is to expect. To wait. It is when you know somebody is coming to your house at 3 o'clock. You will wait for them. You will wait for. We waited for him for more than an hour and finally left. So you sat there, you waited. They didn't show up, so you left. So you wait for. Number 2, at last. At last, finally, in the end. So what does at last mean? You got it. It is at the end. At last. So when you waited for someone for an hour and they came 10 minutes late, you will say, at last he came. Although he's late, he came at last. So at last is the same as finally in the end. We waited, and at last John arrived. We waited, and at last John arrived. Number 3, as usual, as always or customarily. What does this mean? As usual. It means it's something that happens again and again and again. It happens over and over and over. Henry is late for class as usual. So this means every day we have class, Henry is always late. Henry comes late to every class. So as usual. Henry is late for class as usual. Number 4, to find out. To find out. To get information about or to discover, to learn. To find out is to learn something new. To get new information about the subject or to discover something new is to find out. I was unable to find out the name of the man who called. So somebody called him and he couldn't get his name. So he was unable to find out the person's name. Number 5, to look at. To direct the eyes toward or to watch. So to look at. You see my eyes? You are looking at me. I'm looking at you. To look at. To look at. The teacher told us to look at the blackboard and not at our books. So I can say, look at the red dot. Is your eyes looking at the red dot? Yes, so it is to look at. And then to look for is to search or to seek. He has spent an hour looking for the pen which he lost. So when you lose something and you look for it, you're searching for it, you're looking for. So this is to look for and to look at. Do you know the difference? Look at the red dot or look for the blue dot. Where is the blue dot? Look for the blue. Yes, there it is. Good job. Let's look at part B. Part B. Arrange the words in correct order. We will arrange the words in the correct order. So we have to write the sentence out in the right order. At the corner of we will hit Broadway and 5th Street, wait for. So where's the easiest way to start? At the capital. But now we have two capitals. We have we will and Broadway. Why is Broadway a capital? It's a street name. So this is a street name, so that's why that's a capital. So we will start with the first one. We will. Wait for him. At the corner of Broadway and 5th Street. We will wait for him at the corner of Broadway and 5th Street. Let's look at number 2. Finished at last doing his homework, Leo. So we will start with the capital. The only capital letter we have is Leo. Although it's a name, it's the only one we have, so we know that's where we start. Leo. At last has a full stop. So that is our last word, at last. Leo doing his homework finished. No, Leo finished doing his homework. At last. Leo finished doing his homework at last. Number 3. Speech contest, as usual, won the first place in the Sally. So we have two capitals. The second capital is a name, so we will start with the first capital. As usual, Sally won the first prize in the speech contest. As usual, Sally won the first prize in the speech contest. Let's look at number 4. What? Find out you, his name, that is. So, where will we stop the sentence? With the question mark. This is where we end. Where do we start? Did. Number 1. Did you find out what his name is? Did you find out what his name is? Number 5. In the park, the stars I like to look at night to walk and. In the park, the stars I like to look at night to walk and. So we only have one capital, it's I. I like, so we will start with I like to walk in the park. I like to walk in the park and look at the stars at night. I like to walk in the park and look at the stars at night. I like to walk in the park and look at the stars at night. And number 6. Looking for Wendy what inner bag is. So we will start with what. What is Wendy looking for in her bag? What is Wendy looking for in her bag? And that was the last one. That was the final question. Okay everyone, you can put away writing mapping. You can put away your writing mapping.